Okay, so I did think that my next video wasn't going to be all for the game, but we're here. So yeah, this is an andreil scenes bracket. I made this template myself. It took ages. We won't talk about that. So yeah, I went through and I picked there's 16 of these. I picked what I personally thought were the best scenes. It was difficult because they have a lot of good scenes. So most of these are from The King's Men. I'll let you know what chapter and what book they're all from, when I go through. And one more thing is that because of the way these brackets work, the end result sort of depends on what's on which side and what's paired up. So I use a random generator thing to basically decide what's going on the left and what's going on the right and what the pairs are. So yeah. Okay, so I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to say whatever I have to say about each one of these cards. And if it's a lot, then it's a lot, and if it's not, then it's not. So, okay, so first we have Make Out in Neil's Dorm versus Their First Meeting. So, Make Out in Neil's Dorm, that's The King's Men, chapter 11. It's when Neil's alone in his dorm because Matt's gone out and Andrew comes over and they make out. I really like this scene. Oh, it's just so it's peak them. It's literally the first time that Andrew lets Neil touch him in any way. So it's a big step for them, and I love that for them. And then Their First Meeting. So that's the Foxhole Court, chapter 1. This is iconic. Their little not meet cute. It's yeah, we're in love. He stabbed me in the stomach with a racket the first time we met. Sounds normal to me. But which one though? I feel I want to pick Make Out in Neil's Dorm. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that one. Okay. So next we have You're Amazing and Their First Kiss. So You're Amazing. This is The King's Men, chapter 12. This is right before Neil gets kidnapped, and then he says to Andrew, "Thank you, you were amazing." And it's I remember actually, before I started reading the series, I watched edits of it, and I think I saw that quote, and I saw that, I was oh my god. I didn't know the context. I was that I'm so sure that they break up at the end. I was I am not ready for this. I just love that scene so much. This quote is just so good for edits and stuff. And then Their First Kiss. Now, I don't know if I'm getting controversial here, but I've never been a massive fan of that scene. It's this one quote that really puts me off about it. Andrew kissed him this was a fight with their lives on the line, his world stopped and started with Neil's mouth. It's good, but I just feel it's so generic. I don't know. With all their other kiss scenes, I'm I can just picture it so well, but this one, I've just never really loved this one. It is kind of sad, but for that, I'm definitely not going to be picking that one. So I am going to pick You're Amazing, because I just don't have strong feelings for their first kiss scene. I'm sorry. Okay. Next one. Oh my god. I have to explain this one. How is this okay? That's why. And Neil putting Andrew's hand under his shirt. So these both need explaining because they're quite vague. So how is this okay? That is The King's Men, chapter 17. That is the part where Andrew's just threatened Caitlin in the library. They come out and then they have this very, very angsty little conversation where basically Neil asks how is this okay? Meaning their relationship and everything when it's only 4 months after Andrew's was abused and stuff. So I love this one so much. It makes me want to cry. When Neil reaches to touch his arm and then Andrew says no, and then he his hand he stops in midair, and I'm just it makes me really mentally ill, this one. And then the next one, yeah, Neil putting Andrew's hand under his shirt. This is the Raven King, chapter 13. It's when Andrew's about to go off to rehab and he's like, basically like, what the hell am I supposed to do with Kevin? And Neil's like, oh, you can like trust me to watch out for him. And then to earn Andrew's trust, he lets Andrew like touch his scars like under his shirt. Now this seems quite funny because I always like imagine what like everyone else who's watching is thinking. Like you've got like B is there, Y Max is there, and Abby's there, like everyone's just there. It's pretty funny when you think it like that, but I do love that scene, especially because I think that's the first time Andrew finds out like Neil's middle name. But I am gonna pick How Is This Okay? Because as I said, like I'm very mentally ill for that scene. Okay, next one, ice cream makeout. That sounds so weird. And the shower scene. So, ice cream makeout, that is Kingsman chapter 10. That sounds so late in the book. So that is when like Andrew and Neil are in Andrew's suite in like the lounge bit. Nikki leaves to like get a movie from Matt, and they end up making out on the floor, and it's great. I do like that scene. It's fun. I don't really know what else to say about it. I think, yeah, like I said, it's fun. The fact that like Kevin's literally in the next room and Nikki's literally gone for like a couple of minutes just to like go to ask Matt for his DVDs. But yeah, there's that, and the shower scene. I feel like I already know. I'm picking the shower scene. It's chef's kiss, okay? Like the fact that it's literally Neil has just got back from like almost dying, and literally without being asked by anybody, Andrew goes over there and helps him shower. How could you not say soulmates? Yeah, I'm picking the shower scene. I already said it. Okay, so next side. So next we have doesn't mean I wouldn't blow you, and if it means losing you, then no. So doesn't mean I wouldn't blow you is TKM chapter 3. God, chapter 3, that's so early. This one is so funny because basically, like, for the longest time, I did not actually realise that they switched to German, because basically, like, you know, they're sat at the table and, like, Kevin is literally there, opposite while Andrew drops that hard line. So, like, they switched to German, which Kevin doesn't know, but for ages, I just assumed that Kevin was so drunk that he just was not listening. And I was just like, that is the most awkward. I mean, it still is awkward, like, even if he doesn't understand the language. And especially when I imagine that it's 2006, they're in a club. Can you imagine, like, the banger that might have been playing in the background while that was going on? But also, this is, like, it's a great scene because, like, I'll read the quote. So he says, doesn't mean I wouldn't blow you. Then we have the world tilted a little bit sideways. Neil dug his shoes harder into the floor so he wouldn't fall over. You like me? Like, yes! People died. People died right then. Just, the penny finally drops. You like me. Yes. Yes. I love that scene, okay? I didn't realise how much I loved it, actually. And then we have, if it means losing you, then no. This one I picked because, like, I think at this point I'd picked, like, all the good ones. I was like, oh, I should probably put in, like, a roof scene or something because I have a lot of those. I ended up picking that one. This is quite, like, a little moment. I think, I'll check when it is, actually. Yeah, it's the Kingsman chapter 1. Wow. Yeah, in this scene, like, they're basically, like, talking about their deal that they have, that Andrew will protect Neil or whatever. So he goes, the next time someone comes for you, stand down and let me deal with it. Do you understand? And then Neil goes, if it means losing you, then no. It's perfect. But it's just like how... Oh, and then after that is, you're a pipe dream. I should have written it as You're a Pipe Dream. Oh my god, but... Oh, now this is actually a really hard one. I didn't know I'd have so much to say about both of those. See, if I'd actually written You're a Pipe Dream instead of this, then I'd like... I feel like I... Oh, this is so hard. I actually do not know if I can pick this. Oh. I'm gonna pick, if it means using in spirit, we'll pretend it says You're a Pipe Dream. Fuck, I should have written that. Oh my god. So next we have Neil shows Andrew his scars and the end scene. Ooh, okay. So Neil shows Andrew his scars. This is The Kingsman chapter 3. So this happens because like they were at practice and Andrew was basically like hitting everyone with the ball, like he was deflecting like shots and stuff and just hitting everyone for no reason really. Wymack is like to Neil, like, can you please like basically just get him to stop? And then Neil asks him what would it take for him to stop basically. Andrew didn't have to think about it. Show me your scars. They're in love, like they show each other, like they show each other their scars and it's really cute. And like, just I love this. And then like at that bit also, like there's the you're not actually a sociopath, are you? I never said I was. I'm like, that just makes me so sad. So the end scene, that is the epilogue of The Kingsman. Oh, I love this so much. I'll read the quote. I think that sums it all up so well. A year ago, Neil had been a scared nobody, hating himself for signing the Fox's contract and counting down days until he moved in with Wymack. Tonight, he was the starting striker for the first ranked team in the NCAA. In 2 years, he'd be captain, and in 4, he'd graduate from Palmetto State. Neil would find a professional team first and then fight tooth and nail to make the cut for court. Neil could already imagine the weight of an Olympics medal around his neck. He didn't even care what colour it was, so long as it was his. The best bit. Better than that bright future was what he already had. A court that would always be home, a family who would never give up on him, and Andrew, who for once hadn't wasted their time denying that this thing between them might actually mean something to both of them. Who else cried? Who else cried? That bit is just so perfect. And then this was everything he wanted, everything he needed, and Neil was never letting go. Yeah, I'm picking the end scene. Next one. So we have Andrew putting Neil's hand on his chest and Andrew protecting Neil from Rico. I feel like I already know which one I'm going to pick, but we'll talk about them. Okay, so Andrew putting Neil's hand on his chest. That's The Kingsman chapter 17. I love this one so much. This is when the rest of the Foxes are partying somewhere, and then Andrew and Neil sneak away, and they have a little make out on the beanbag chair. Like Andrew like takes Neil's hand and like puts it on his chest, and like this is like literally the most like he's ever let Neil touch him. And then it gets better. Andrew tensed up underneath Neil's hand, but relaxed before Neil could pull away. Neil wasn't fooled. Andrew made it very clear the first time he kissed Neil how important an actual yes was. Neil left his hand on Andrew, but refused to move it from that spot. I won't be like them, Neil said. I won't let you let me be. 101, Andrew said. Going on 102. You're a terrible liar, Neil said, and Andrew kissed him into silence. Did someone say perfect scene? I think so. But as much as I love that one, then we have Andrew protecting Neil from Rico. This is Kingsman chapter 19, but also, now that we have the Sunshine Court, that moment is covered in there from John's POV. Like, Miss Nora really treated us there. So, oh my god, this is just perfect. I'll read some quotes. Neil sucked in a deep breath that ripped him open on its way down. I'd ask you how it feels, but I guess you've always known what it's like to be second, you worthless piece of shit. Rico's racket got close enough that Neil heard wind whistling through the strings, and then a second racket came out of nowhere, big and bright and orange. Andrew put everything he had left behind his swing and caught Rico across his forearm. Andrew put his racket down in front of Neil like a shield and watched Rico's breakdown with a bored stare. Yeah. Yeah, me when I saved my boyfriend's life, but I'm still chill about it. Yeah. So that is from The King's Men, but also, now that we have it from John's POV in the Sunshine Call, I'm going to read some of that too, because, like, that scene went from a 10 to about a 15 after we got, like, more details about it. So, there was a sharp alarm noise from the sportscasters as they realised too late that Nathaniel was going to get murdered on live TV. The only one who had any chance was Andrew, who threw himself out of his goal like all of hell was at his heels. Like, all of hell was at his heels, come on! Like, I've heard, like, some speculations and people saying, like, oh, he was probably, like, already moving by the time, like, he saw, like, Rico and Neil, like, talking to each other, but no. He absolutely, I'm sorry, but he absolutely booked it from where he was in the goal to where they were. I don't care. I'm picking that one. Okay. How could I not pick that one? Perfect. Chef's kiss. I don't care if it's cringe, if it's cliche, like, yeah, he saved his life. Good for him. No, it's perfect. Okay? Okay. So, last pair that we have for now is Baltimore hotel room reunion, and Neil gives Andrew his real name. So Baltimore hotel room, that is The King's Men chapter 14. Like, this is we're after the FBI like finally lets Neil go and see the foxes. I don't remember like a lot about this one. Like, I'm in desperate need of a reread of this bit, but something about that Andrew's bottomless rage would never hurt Nathaniel, and like the fact that like everyone's just there watching while like they're like kneeling down like on the floor like inspecting each other's like injuries and stuff. I'm like, did someone say boyfriends? I think so. And then you have the fact that like obviously the rest of the foxes are there, and the fact that like Alison basically outs them, of all moments to out them, but like it's this one. Like, is this a comedy right now? It's fun. I like it. Yeah. And then Neil gives Andrew his real name. That's The King's Men chapter 5. So this is where like they're at the airport, like they're staring out the window or whatever. This is like a really like intimate moment of theirs, I feel like, because Neil asks like Andrew like, what were you doing on the roof? Because like he knows that Andrew's scared of heights, and Andrew says like feeling. And don't make me cry. Then Andrew asks like what Neil's father's name was, because like Neil said like he's named after his father, like his real name. He looked at the foxes, made sure they were still out of earshot, and stepped closer to Andrew anyway. Nathan, he said at last. His name was Nathan. You don't look like a Nathan. I'm not, Neil said through the stones in his throat. I'm Nathaniel. I don't know. I just really love that scene. I remember, like, when I read it, I was like, oh my god, I'm about to start sobbing here. Like, the fact that he doesn't want, like, anyone else to know, because he said, like, at some other point, he's like, his real name was, like, after his father, and he doesn't want anyone to call him again because he hated his father. But he tells Andrew what it is. I feel like I want to pick that one. I know I said that I really need to reread the hotel room scene, but as of right now, filming this, I'm gonna pick this one. Okay, so that is the first round officially done. This is what we have moving forward. Yeah. Okay, so the second round. Hopefully we should be able to move through this a little bit quicker because I've already talked like about all of these. So, right, Make Out and Neil's Dawn versus You Were Amazing. I'm definitely gonna pick You Were Amazing because, like I said, this quote is so good for edits and stuff, and I can't believe like it made me think they weren't gonna end up together. like when I saw it out of context. It's perfect. Like his last words, what he thought were going to be his last words to Andrew, because he was sure that he was going to die and he would never see him again. You're amazing. Come on. It's perfect. Okay. So then we have How Is This Okay? That's Why, and the shower scene. That's really hard. That is so hard because this one is so angsty. But the shower scene is just so high level romance to me. I think I'm going to come back to that one. So, If It Means Losing You, Then No, or You're a Pipe Dream, as I should have written for this one, versus the end scene. I think I'm going to pick If It Means Losing You, Then No. Because I do love the end scene, but it's like, it's the end, you know. I was so sad when I was like, I remember being so sad, I was like, I will never read All for the Game for the first time again. That hurt me so badly. So yeah, I'm gonna pick If It Means Losing You, Then No. Or Andrew protecting Neil from Rico, and Neil gives Andrew his real name. I'm definitely gonna pick Andrew protecting Neil from Rico, because I don't care if it's cringe, I don't care if it's like predictable. He saves Neil's life, good for him, like, shush. It's amazing. I'm picking that. Okay, and now this one. I said I'd come back to it. This is literally like the hardest decision I've made in so long. How am I meant to pick between like the angst of this and stuff like Andrew like taping up like all his injuries and stuff? And I saw something on Tumblr about this morning, like the fact that Neil's literally currently like he's covered in like plastic rubbish bags to stop the water getting like into like the cuts like on his face and his arms and stuff. And Andrew still like gets down and oh my god. I think I'm gonna pick How Is This Okay? I don't feel very confident about it, but I have to pick something. Oh, I feel so bad, but like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with it. Okay. Alright. Getting to the end now. So we've got You Were Amazing versus How Is This Okay? And we've got If It Means Losing You, Then No versus Andrew protecting Neil from Rico. So since I've just talked about this one, so we'll start with this side. So If It Means Losing You, Then No / You're a Pipe Dream. Andrew protecting Neil from Rico. Oh. I think I'm going to pick Andrew protecting Neil from Rico. Like, he threw himself out of his goal, like all of hell was at his heels. How could I not pick that? Okay, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's gone to the final round. Okay, so You're Amazing versus How's This Okay? I actually don't think that I can do this. I think I need to just like reread them both. Let's read through them. So like at this point, they've just played like the game. I think it's in Binghamton or something, and like a couple of like Neil's father's men have come to like take him away. There's absolutely nothing he can do. He can't like say anything to anyone like, oh, these people are about to kidnap me. So only Andrew saw the strain in Neil's mask. He crossed the room to stand in front of Neil, silent demand in his stare. Neil wanted to answer that, but he didn't know how. And here we go. He didn't want to leave Andrew with nothing, but what could he possibly say? Thank you, he finally said. He couldn't say he meant thanks for all of it. The keys, the trust, the honesty, and the kisses. Hopefully Andrew would figure out eventually. You were amazing. No. Just that feeling when you're about to be kidnapped away from the love of your life and you tell them that they were amazing. Because those are your last words, or what you think are your last words to them. I swear to God, I hate these bugs. Okay, we're gonna read through the How's This Okay? That's why. Hopefully that'll help me make a decision. After everything they did to you, how can you stand me? Neil asked. He gestured between them, knowing Andrew would understand. How is this okay? It isn't a this, Andrew said. That's not why I'm asking. You know it isn't. Andrew, wait, he insisted, because Andrew was turning away like he couldn't hear Neil anymore. Neil reached for him, unwilling to let him leave without a real answer. No, Andrew said, and Neil's hand froze a breath from Andrew's arm. Andrew went still as well, and they stood for a minute in awful silence. God, the tension in this, I can't. I absolutely can't with this. He dug his fingers in before letting go, not quite hard enough to hurt, and said, that's why. Neil stopped when Andrew told him to. It wasn't much, but it was more than enough. Neil managed to nod, too numb to speak, and watched Andrew walk away from him. This is why we would die with Andrew's period. Like, why? Like, his brain right now must be like, oh my God, like, Neil is literally the peak of men. Like, imagine if all men were like Neil. Like, the world would just be a better place. But then, I say that, but then actually, like, men following basic boundaries and consent is literally the bare minimum. So, like, I should not be being like, oh my God, Neil's the best guy ever because he does that. But it's like, when men keep the bar so low, what else are you supposed to say, you know? Yeah. So that's that scene. And then there's your mate. I think, based on that reread helped me to decide. I'm going to put this one. This is it. How is this okay? And Andrew protecting Neil from Rico. I've read through both of these already, so this is it. I just have to sit here in real time and decide. I remember, like, after I read this, Andrew protecting Neil, like, after I finished the book, like, I came back to that so many times because I just was like, literally, he saved his boyfriend from being murdered on live TV. Come on. Come on. I swear, how am I supposed to pick? You know, I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to pick How's This Okay? Oh, there we go. I've done it. Yeah. I don't know. I just am. It's speaking to me more. That's it then. This is my bracket. God, you do not want to know how long this fucking template took. But yeah, so that is it. So yeah, this is the result. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. If anyone wants me to like send them the blank template or whatever, then like let me know. I can send you that. If you disagree with me or whatever, then just like do like let me know in the comments because I do want to know like what people think of this and if like any of my opinions on these scenes are really shitty. Yeah.